Our next guest is a communication expert and confidence cultivator on a mission to get rid of self-doubt in women and teach them how to ask for what they want in the boardroom and beyond. But could those strategies apply to something a little closer to home? Here to help moms ask for what they really want this Mother's Day is the one and only Karen Laos. Welcome back, Karen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
I'm excited to have you on. And like we're just talking about Mother's Day's coming up. So how does a mom get what she really wants this Mother's Day?
The key is to ask.
Okay.
That is always the most important thing. But first, you have to decide what you want. We are so culturally conditioned as women, particularly moms, to make sure that everybody else is happy. And this is the one day to look at yourself and go, what would make me the most happy today? And recognize that your family members or the people around you want to make you happy. Yeah, they want to give you what you want.
And we want to make sure we get that, but sometimes easier said than done. Easy to say, just ask for it, but it can feel very vulnerable, especially as women, to ask for what we really want. So how does a mom overcome this if she's kind of feeling strange having to ask?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where, first of all, we've got to know that nobody is going to read our mind. I know we all want that. Wouldn't that be great? And yet we have to recognize that that is a fantasy.
Yeah.
And so one of the ways that we can do this is simply to recognize that our needs are legitimate, but a very specific thing that you could tangibly do is to journal about it for a few minutes. Set a timer for 15 minutes and journal the challenges that you're facing. Talk with somebody about it. But I'd say the biggest thing is to really get clear on what you most want. And if you can ask, even if it's a gentle ask, even going up to a family member, this might feel really vulnerable, but it is such a great way to check in and say, is it okay with you that I ask for what I want? That's it's a huge vulnerable thing to do, but it actually will give you a great answer. And most of the time, I hope that people would say yes.
Yes, yeah.
You never know, but at least you've checked it out.
Okay, I like that. And what also is important when asking for what you really want? What other things do we need to keep in mind?
Yes, be direct.
Okay.
Very important. I think a lot of us throw these passive hints around. Well, maybe if this, and we again expect that fantasy of, oh, maybe they'll notice what I want.
Right.
And we've got to make sure that we ask directly and say, this is what would make me feel really celebrated and special. Would that work for you? If you feel like you need to check it out, I hope that you would be able to say that to the mom, to whoever in her life is important to her. But we also have to remember that those people in our lives that see us as so special, they want to support us. They want to give us what we want.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm trying to practice what you're saying. So instead of just being like, oh, this plant's really nice, but if I want it, I need to let people know. I'd really like this plant as a gift.
Yes. And that's a really good example of giving your folks options.
Yeah.
Say, hey, here are 3 to 5 merchants that I love. Maybe you like a certain clothing line or wherever. Tell your friends and family, this is something, I would love to have something here. Anything from this website would be great.
Yeah.
Or in the case of the plant, I would like to have this plant.
Right.
Would you give me this plant?
Yeah. And it probably relieves some stress for people who are trying to figure out, what does mom want? I'm trying to think, but if she's able to say it directly, we have a clear idea.
I mean, think about all of the stress that we've already got going on in the world. And if we ask, it is so much easier. We don't leave it up to chance.
Okay. And what tips do you have for family members? So once they're hearing what mom wants, how should family members respond to that?
Yes. Well, first of all, honor her request, 100%. And one of the things that you can do is offer to help with some of the chores that aren't always so fun, because maybe, again, going back to the mom saying, hey, here's the list of responsibilities that I don't want to do today.
Right.
Would you do that for me? And then as the family member to say, hey, mom, what is it that I can do to make you feel really good?
Yeah.
And one of the things is to be thoughtful, because an interesting statistic, 40% of all moms are disappointed on Mother's Day. And if 40%, and that's the ones that are recorded in the research.
Right.
Think of all of the others. And if that's the stat, then recognize you want to ask for what you want so people can also feel good. And it's so easy to feel like, I don't want people to feel hurt, or all of these things that go on.
Right.
We've got to get past that.
We got to, in order to get what we want, we got to
Yes,
get past that. We got to be direct.
absolutely.
And that's shocking that you said 40% of moms who went on record saying,
Yes.
I was a little underwhelmed with what I got. It just makes you think how many moms aren't saying it and just kind of thankfully, nicely taking.
Right.
the
Well, and
gift.
that's also why we need to make sure that we are clear about that direct ask. And that's very much what I teach women to do.
Yeah, and it's important. Like you teach women how to do it. You're what I'm trying to remember what we said. A cultivator, a confidence
Yes,
cultivator.
confidence cultivator.
Yeah,
exactly.
and it just applies to so many different parts of our lives.
Yeah, well, I think about my mom when I heard her on the phone a lot as a kid. I'm sorry to bother you was her first line, which tells us this, you know, the thing that, oh, well, maybe I'm not valuable enough for your time, or maybe I don't deserve to ask for what I want. As a mom, you're giving all of these things in the world, giving of yourself with such depth. This is the one day to make sure that you get what you want. And if you want to be alone, ask for that too.
Yeah. There's no shame in that. So we're going to make sure. I'm going to call my mom today. Mom, I'm going to ask you what you want for Mother's Day.
Yay.
You tell me. Karen, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you can find out more about the work Karen does by going to KarenLaos.com.